Welcome back to the Writer's Hive. Everybody's links will be listed down below. And today we are back with another topic. Today is one that I wanted to talk about because I love seeing what people have all the time when they write. So these are our writing must-haves. Now, this is with the caveat that nothing is a must-have. If I had to sit down and write without my computer, I could. If I had to sit down and write without some of these essentials, I could. Today, we're going to talk about things that we must have when we are writing. We'd love to know what yours are down below in a comment. Katlyn, you want to start us off?
Sure. My list is not very long because I have honed it down to all of the little things, so I don't necessarily have to have these things. I can travel when we're able to travel. I used to do a lot of writing at the library or on writers' retreats, so I sort of brought it down to the bare bones. So for sure, I need my computer. I don't usually write in a notebook or on my iPad. I prefer to have Scrivener, which is my software of choice. I can write in Word if I absolutely need to. And then after that, I definitely like to have music in my head when I am writing. Writing in a room that doesn't have any sound in it or people talking really just doesn't help me focus. When it comes to editing, I usually do not edit with music. I will edit with ambient sounds. Usually I like to listen to rain. Also too, when it comes to liquids, I like to have coffee because I do sprints usually in the morning between 5 and 7 a.m. on the weekdays. I definitely need to have my coffee with me to perk me up a little bit. And then any other time throughout the day when I'm writing, I definitely have water with me. I usually will forget to drink water throughout the day. So if I'm focused on my book, I usually won't drink. So I have to always have water nearby so that I stay hydrated. I also like to do sprints during my writing and editing sessions. So I actually do have a productivity timer that I created. Previously, I would just use the one native on my computer, but I do like how this one has a very calming alarm to it. So I do have that on my YouTube channel. If you need a productivity timer, there is no sound involved at all except for the alarm at the end, and it's up to 45 minutes, segmented to 5-minute increments. So usually it's very simple. So it's just a writing platform, coffee or water, my music or ambient sounds, and my timer.
I envy you that. Also, I will have her timer linked down below because it is what we use in all of our productivity sprints on Sunday evenings, and it's what I use when I'm writing too. So it's a great timer, much better than like your average YouTube timer with like a dog barking or something at you at the end. It's very gentle and calm. I love it. Amber, do you want to go next?
Yes, I also use the timer all the time. Of course, my computer is a must-have, but I'm on it, so I can't really like show it to you. Scrivener is my software of choice, but I have in the past used Word or even Google Docs. So it's not something that you need to pay for. If you have access to internet, you can get Google Docs for free, and it works pretty well. So it's not something that it's like a must-have for me, but I do enjoy using Scrivener. So I also have liquid. I do like coffee in the mornings if I'm working, but most of the time it's just water. To stay comfortable so that I don't need to get up and do anything, I always have some chapstick lotion near me. I have to have like things to show. I also do listen to music when I write, and so I have to have some sort of earphones or headphones. These are just my Raycons that I'm currently using. I do get a lot of headaches and body aches because I'm old, and I always have aspirin nearby. One thing that I've noticed was eye strain. So I had laser surgery like 10, 12 years ago, and I noticed that the computer started to strain my eyes, and I want to protect my investment that I made on my eyes. So I do have a couple of pairs of like blue light blocking glasses that help with the eye strain. If you wear them while you're on the computer, you can work much longer and your eyes won't feel like tired or strained. It's been really a game changer for how long I can write for. As far as other utensils, I do have a couple of notebooks. So this is my overall idea journal that I go back to sometimes to read my original idea. But then once it becomes a book, it does get its own book project notebook. I have a couple of books that I refer to pretty often: Mastering Suspense and Plot and Save the Cat Writes a Novel. These are my go-tos, and you can see this one is highly tabbed. And then my favorite type of pen are these Papermate Ink Joys. They're my favorite type. I have them in every color. I bought like a huge pack of them. And I think I even gifted a set of these to Kate during like a gift exchange because I love them so much. I was like, everyone should use them. Only a couple more things here that I use for motivation and to keep me going. And one is Shay Earnshaw had posted these, and they're kind of like motivational little cards. I pull one just to keep me going. Like, okay, practice is good. There's ones that are like keep going, keep growing. There's some really good ones in there. I'm sure that Julie will find a link to these and put them in the description. I'll give her more work to do for editing, Julie. I do enjoy tarot, and so I have a few tarot decks. This one is my original like goddess one that I use just on the regular, but this one is the one specifically that I got for my book because it is a haunted house book that I've been using for my book. I just pull one of these just to kind of make sure I'm on the right track, and I don't fully like follow tarot or anything like that, but I do enjoy pulling these just to see kind of what my cards say and how it comes into my situation, and sometimes it's eerily accurate. Like Kate said, I don't have to have any of these. Like I could write with just a notebook and be fine. I could write with just a computer and be fine, but these are things that I enjoy and help me have a good writing experience.
I agree 100%. There are things that I like to have around me, but in terms of absolute must-haves, my computer is definitely one of them. I also use Scrivener, and I also am a water drinker. I'm assuming one of the rare writers who has never tasted coffee in my entire life. So not a coffee person. Every now and then some hot chocolate or some hot tea, but for the most part, I'm a water person. In terms of when travel was available, this was my little travel bag, which essentially has everything I'm about to show you anyway, which is lip balm, my flash drives, another pair of headphones for my music, because I do listen to music, but I can't handle the distraction of just like open air. Like I like to be kind of isolated in my music. And then I have aspirin in here for headaches and ginger candies, because in lieu of medicine, ginger is a great option for headaches and tension as well. So I have like a big box that's here on my desk. But like if I had to travel, or when I was traveling, this has everything that I kind of actually really, really need in this little tiny bag. So everything else is a caveat and an extension of like must-haves. I could do everything I need to do with just this. So like Amber, I do have my glasses and my chapstick and my lotions. And I will even say that I like my Muscle Ease. This is just from Amazon. It's like an essential oil that helps with muscles. I usually just kind of like rub it on my shoulders when I get too cramped from writing for too long. And I find it helps. I don't know if it's part aromatherapy or part actually like easing the muscles, but it does have a roller ball in there. So you can kind of like get in there and really rub on your muscles, which I appreciate. I always have something for my hair. When I'm really, really writing, having hair down bothers the heck out of me. If you see me in my writing sprints on Sundays, my hair is always up. It's because I just focus better if I don't have distractions like physically around me like that. I also always have my notebook for whatever project I am working on. And you'll see on the side of this, it is tabbed because I have different sections for brainstorming, for character work, for plot development, for editing as I go through my book. So I usually have on my desk a packet of tabs, my notebook. I recently found and fell in love with these zebra midliners, these highlighters, and they are mild ink. So I've used these in multiple different kinds of books for annotating as well, and they do not bleed through the pages. And I got a pack of like, I think 15 or 17 colors. So I do like having these when I'm going through and editing as well. And then in terms of like stress or thinking through things, I like to have something where I'm like thinking through an issue just to like have a sensory thing. Helps me just kind of clear my brain, gives me something to focus on that's like, I don't know what the association is between an action like this and brain clearing, but it helps me. So like any kind of squishy, the kids that I nanny for gave me this, and it works beautifully. Like Amber, I also have tarot decks. I also have one that I used a lot when I was drafting my first contemporary fantasy novel. I usually will do that, kind of pull a card, like where's my character going? Where's my character's mindset? And I use it as like an inspiration jumping off point. I do read like tarot for myself in other times, but I do like having that around, especially if I'm stuck somewhere in my book. I'll just use it as a way to kind of get out of my own head. Not many of these are necessities. Like I said, I can take that little pouch and just go. They're things that make my writing process and my desk space a little bit more like a retreat. It's a little bit more cozy, comfortable. I'm not going to need to get up. I can stay focused because kind of everything I need is within reach, and I can create an environment around me that feels creative and feels welcoming with the candle or the scents or, just the general aesthetic and feel of my writing space. I've created somewhere where I like to be, where there's very minimal reasons to need to get up and go anywhere. But again, those are comforts. They're not necessarily necessities. Any final thoughts, ladies? Anything that came to you after the fact?
Just that I do also like fidget when I'm trying to think. I actually have these little boats that my brother 3D printed that they're not squishy or anything, but like I do like play with them a lot and like with them if I'm thinking. I don't know what it is about that. Like if your hands are busy doing something, your brain can actually think through things. It's like if I'm just sitting here like this, I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I pick this up and start fiddling, my brain is like, oh yeah, remember this thing that you wanted to do with the book? And I'm like, okay, got it. We pretty much have a similar setup anyway. So
We do. I think we find comfort in the same kinds of things. I would love to know in a comment down below what is on your desk that either makes it a more luxurious, enjoyable writing experience, and or what your absolute base must-haves are for writing. Always curious to know what works for you. Thank you, as always, for watching. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up, click subscribe, click that notification bell. Be sure to check out the ladies and their social media links listed down below, as well as the timer and apparently the cards that Amber mentioned, which I have as well. Thank you a lot, Shay Earnshaw. But that's going to be it for this episode. We will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone.